I wish I'd known that everyone felt the same way I did when I arrived, that everyone was nervous and no one really knew anyone, that it was all just about putting yourself out there.
You get a gut feeling sometimes, you're like, I've got to go here, and even though it was 6 hours away from my hometown, I was like, I've just got to go for it.
Anglia Ruskin University, my goodness me, what a year you've had.
You will meet so many people that will help you when you apply for future things after you graduate, and there's always something to do and people to meet that will benefit you in the future.
We all get involved in new things. There are lots of things going on every single day, and I'm always involved in something.
Meeting students here was the first inspiration I got.
It's amazing because I feel like I'm at home.
And the winner is Chris Cook.
I generally couldn't achieve what I have achieved without my degree, so thank you to Anglia Ruskin University for helping me with that. This award just says that you're on the right path, not only for my own career, but for inspiring future generations to do what I do. If I could give one piece of advice for future graduates, go all in, commit to it, go full in on it, get that dream.
Winner of the Lifetime Achievement Award, Professor Amari Gesta.
And I should really thank Anglia Ruskin University for starting me off in my life journey.
We are so proud of you, all that you have achieved throughout your journey at ARU.
Good evening, everybody. Please do take a seat. On behalf of the Academic Registrar, it is my privilege and pleasure to welcome you to Chelmsford Cathedral for today's ARU graduation ceremony. We have all gathered here to celebrate your success, the class of 2021. Well, what a year it has been. I am sure, like many others, that you have had your doubts over the last 18 months as to whether we'd ever get to a graduation ceremony and celebrate your successes. However, we have got here at last, and very well done to you all for simply completing your studies under such unprecedented circumstances. Graduation ceremonies follow a tradition that dates back to the 15th century, and it is a tradition which has evolved since. Roughly translated, graduation means taking a step, and graduation symbolises the move of the former student, now called a graduand, into a new role in society as a graduate, where they will use their skills and talents developed during their studies to contribute to the future advancement of society. As each graduand crosses the stage, they will pause and bow to the Vice-Chancellor, who will respond in kind to acknowledge their success and, moreover, to symbolise their transition to their new role as graduate. We will applaud them for their success so far, but also in anticipation of the contribution we expect them to make to society in the future. At the conclusion of our ceremony, the Vice-Chancellor will formally admit all new graduates into the community of scholars. And as new members of that community, as the academic procession leaves the stage, the new graduates will join the procession, and that will bring our ceremony to a close. During proceedings, those graduating with higher research degree awards will have their hood placed on them by the Vice-Chancellor to indicate that they have attained the very highest level of academic achievement. So, it is now time to begin our formal proceedings. I hereby declare the ceremony to be in session, and I call upon the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Roderick Watkins, to address you. Vice-Chancellor.
Distinguished guests, graduands, family and friends, colleagues, as Vice-Chancellor of Anglia-Ruskin University, I am delighted to join you today at your graduation ceremony. And firstly, to all those graduating today, my congratulations on reaching this milestone and graduating from your chosen course. Today is a day of great celebration. It's an opportunity for each of you to take stock, reflect, and celebrate your achievements to date, but also to look forward to the exciting careers that stretch out in front of you. And whatever career you enter, you are the future. You now have the opportunity and the responsibility to embrace and promote change, to implement new ideas and new ways of working. The passion, energy, and commitment that led you to undertake your ARU degree and gave you the strength and resilience to succeed in that task despite all the challenges you have faced, including those posed by this dreadful pandemic, can now be applied to building your careers and realizing your aspirations. And whether your future lies in education, health, social care, business, law, science, technology, the arts, with your passion and your expertise, you really can now make a difference, helping society to address the challenges that we all face nationally and globally. And we will have succeeded in our task if we have helped you to develop the skills, confidence and determination to influence and lead your professions, to promote change and to achieve your ambitions. As well as serving our students, we at ARU are fully committed to serving our region and the communities in which we are based. Economic development, social inclusion, business support, tackling health inequalities. These are all fundamentally important elements of our mission, transforming lives through innovative, inclusive, and entrepreneurial education and research. And despite all the challenges that we all faced last year, 2020 was another highly successful year for ARU. We were identified as one of the top 20 universities in the UK for graduate employment, and one of the top 10 universities in the UK for social inclusion. We were announced as the chosen higher education partner for the establishment of a new university in Peterborough, ARU Peterborough, due to open next September. And this new university, the newest in the country, will provide life-changing opportunities for local people who may not previously have considered degree-level study and deliver a skilled local workforce that will meet employers' needs. We were also delighted to be chosen to deliver the world's largest healthcare entrepreneurship program, as we are now the official partner of NHS England and NHS Improvement to nurture healthcare innovators from across the country and help them to gain the commercial skills, knowledge, and experience to make their ideas become a reality. And our students won innumerable prizes, including Mental Health Nurse of the Year, the Student Nurse of the Year, the top prize, the Sir Lenny Henry Award at the Royal Television Society's Midlands Student Television Awards, and the New Talent category at the World Illustration Awards. And our reach extends well beyond the eastern region in which we are based. We are a genuinely global community of students and researchers. We attract students from over 180 countries, and they flourish with us because they find a second home here. And our researchers, too, have worldwide reach and impact. And research that has real, tangible impact on people's lives was given a new urgency in the pandemic. And our researchers responded rapidly to the COVID-19 outbreak by committing to research that would help us to understand and develop interventions to address the massive impact the pandemic was having on all our communities, locally, nationally, and internationally. Their work included research into ways to speed up coronavirus testing, research into how COVID-19 affects the eyes, how it is making tinnitus worse, and an investigation into innovative drug combinations that can reduce complications in COVID-19 patients. So in our research, as in our education, we are having real, tangible impact on people's lives, and that's something of which we can all be proud. But above all, we define our success as a university by the positive impact we have on the lives of our students and the communities we serve. And for us to succeed, we will need your support, our newest alumni, because the support we receive from our alumni and our friends really matters, adding value to the education that we provide to our students and supporting our researchers to push boundaries. So please help us to build links with your networks, with your professions, and please spread the good word about your university. Before I close, I would please like to pay special tribute to your families and friends who have provided you with their constant support throughout your education. You and we owe them our sincere gratitude, so thank you all very much. And I would also like to acknowledge and thank my colleagues, the staff right across ARU, for their tireless work and professionalism and their extraordinary commitment to supporting you and all in our community through the challenges of the pandemic. So once again, my warm congratulations to you all. I do hope you enjoy your day. I wish you well wherever your ARU degree takes you, and please do stay in touch. ARU is your university for life, and our success and your success are inextricably linked. Thank you.
Vice-Chancellor, thank you. We now come to our main business for today's ceremony, the presentation to the Vice-Chancellor of those receiving awards today. And I now call upon Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Dean of Faculty, Professor Laurie Butler, to come to the podium to present to the Vice-Chancellor graduates from the Faculty of Science and Engineering.
Vice-Chancellor, it is my pleasure to present to you graduates from the Faculty of Science and Engineering. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Building Surveying, Lauren Carter. Samuel James Cumbers. Sarah Marie Fanning. Nathan Peter Gravestock. Toby Matthew Gross. Luke Stephen Moxham. Daniel John Navarina. Ryan Paul Pinkney. Rebecca Robertson. Daniel James Savage. Michael Grant Smith. George Lawrence Spillane. Robert Sabo. Christopher Jack Tarbett. Georgia Jane Tarrant. Joshua Charles Wright. For the award of Foundation Degree in the Sciences Construction, Osai Banaheen. For the award of Bachelor of Science Construction Management, Billy Bedford. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Construction Management, Josh Ambrose. Ilya Andreev. Nick Brendan Arnold. Mitchell John Bagley. Thomas Oliver Baker. Oliver Baldock. Jack David Bradley. Ryan Luke Budd. Samuel Andrew Bunn. Juliet Chibasa. Ben William Coleman. Jacob Andrew Cushing. Erin May Dawson Coltman. Bushra Zara Durawara Joe. Robert William Fora. Thomas William Grant. Jack David Gregory. Sam Christopher Hall. Daniel Hexley. Samantha Louise Hurd. Thomas William Joyner. Adam Langley. Evan Miles McKelvey. James Northfield. Luke Ranson. Emma Riley. Callum John Richardson. Jamie Stephen Skinner. Alexander Peter Tafts. Matthew Wake. Billy Wilton. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Quantity Surveying, Hannah Louise Abbott. Charlie Anastasio. Jack Bardrick. Katie Betts. James Birch. Nathan Alexander Rees-Bold Newton. Trish Badley. Vianne Berger. George Ashley Burrows. Lily Mae Callahan. Ryan Tony Cariello. Jack Cole. Matthew Conway. George Niall Cracknell. Lucy Dalgano. Ben George Dewey. Harriet Douglas. Jordan Edward Dunga. Charlie Callum Elvin. Shara Suzanne Ferris. Reese Alexander Few. Stephen Lawrence Fiddler. Adam Fuller. Kieran Aranan Furlong. Vice-Chancellor, that partially completes the list of graduates for me to present to you today.
Professor Laurie Butler, thank you. We have many distinguished academics at ARU, and I would like to ask one of them, Mark Tree, Deputy Head of School, to come to the podium to offer a few words.
Vice-Chancellor, honoured guests, graduands, the most important people here, and colleagues. I'm sorry that some of you are behind a column and you can't see me, but that's okay, I'm on the screen. Some things haven't changed. John Ruskin famously said, "Say all you have to say in the fewest possible words, or your reader will be sure to skip them, and in the plainest possible words, or he will certainly misunderstand them." So I'll keep this short, I'll keep this simple, because I understand there's an important football match later on, so we need to crack on. So, I want to look back, and then I want to look forward. Looking back, my colleagues will undoubtedly agree that teaching this group of graduands was an absolute pleasure. So thank you. We have to remember that university is a group of people, it's not just a place. And it's the people that make ARU what it is. So on behalf of the staff, on behalf of my colleagues, I would like to thank you for making teaching you such a pleasure and for your company for the last few years. We will miss you. Learning is a two-way thing. You hopefully have learnt from us, and we most certainly have learnt from you. And you've demonstrated that you're flexible, you've demonstrated that you're resilient with everything you've had to face over the last few months. So thank you very much. Another John Ruskin quote, "The highest reward for a person's toil is not what they get for it, but what they become by it." So looking forward, We're passing the baton on to you. We are your teachers. We have taught you. Some of us are researchers. We'll provide you with the tools that you need. But we are handing the baton on to you. It is now your race to run. And I know that the built environment is in safe hands, looking at the people who I've got here today. There are a number of disciplines here. Please remember to work in partnership. Don't work in silos, don't work independently, because all the professions in the built environment need to work together. Your work will last. We're sat or we're stood in a very beautiful building built primarily in the 15th century. So graduands, what you build will last. But you have challenges. The built environment contributes approximately 40% of the UK carbon footprint. So you have challenges in your future to keep the world, to improve the world. That's professionally looking forward. I'd also like to offer some advice. Personally looking forward, in all you do, be intentional. You've worked incredibly hard for the last few months, for the last few years. Be intentional when you work. Be intentional when you play. Be intentional in everything you do. Use the time that you previously used on your studies wisely and use it well. Just to conclude, another quote from John Ruskin: "There is no wealth but life." Make the most of what you have, but most of all, take your time to remember today. It's your day and you deserve it. Thank you.
Mark Tree, thank you. We now continue with the presentation of those receiving awards today, and I call upon Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Dean of Faculty, Professor Laurie Butler, to return to the podium to continue the presentation to the Vice-Chancellor of graduands from the Faculty of Science and Engineering. Professor Laurie Butler.
Vice-Chancellor, it is my pleasure to continue the presentation of graduands from the Faculty of Science and Engineering. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours Quantity Surveying, Andrew Garner. Lawrence Gowers. Callum Gordon Grant. Alfie Grosvenor. Calagero Guillermo. Thomas Andrew Guy. Katrina Harris. Adam Hellard. Matthew James Hogg. Nick Holland. Amina Aisha Iqbal. Azadeh Jaffrey. Ricky James. Oliver Jones. Macaulay Peter Joins. Justin Cassander. Niall James Keeley. Daniel David Kent. Ross David Lamb. Benjamin Adam Lawrence. Callum Daniel Laws. Alfie Charles MacDonald. Christopher Daniel Mann. Lucinda Grace Mathams. Ross Andrew McKenna. Stephen Luke Medhurst. Luke Richard Meredith. Sam Miller. Kwaku Mankubi. Joshua George Monty. Joe Paul Monty. Samuel James William Moss. Andrew Edward Muharram. Jamie Ben Mumford. Jones Mayugana. Will Newman. Olivia Johan Nugent. Kieran Michael Thomas Nurse. Babajide Nathaniel Alaloye. Zach Ollington. William O'Malley. Thomas Albert O'Ninon. Samuel George Penny. Brody Joe Price. Darius James Leon Rath. Max Derek Rattenbury. Joseph Titus Raymond. Jordan James Robertson. Joe Rose. Lauren Jane Shepherd. Samuel Paul Simons. Harry Sloan. Maya Sarah Stephen. George William Stroud. Jacob Owen Schmodix. Daniel James Thomas. Lewis James Thurston. Daniel John Turner. Abby Lois Varley. Matthew Robert Wallace. Reese Andrew Paul Ware. Lewis Jack Wenman. Harry Jonathan Wilding. James Wilkinson. William Harry Wilkinson. Adam Whisker. Christopher Woods. For the award of Master of Science, Construction Management, Mohammed Obaid. Venkata Naga Durga Barath Garam. Ben Colin Hamsworth. For the award of Master of Science, Construction Project Management, Anas Mohaudin. Shuhal Mia. Stanley Namadi Nwanza. Akwib Muhuddin. Gopinath Palani Apan. Manthan Mahajrabi Patel. Sandip Vinokumar Sharma. Princess Yajide Sholade. Jaswanth Reddy Terakani. For the award of Master of Science Engineering Management, Rinatha Gowda Javari Gowda. Vikshith Keshava. Dilip Kumar Mulakatla. Dilek Shah, Mary Yapapana, Kanja Shaska. Datasai Rakapudi. Afua Taylor. Next one. For the award of Postgraduate Diploma Project Management, for the award of Master of Science Project Management, Mark Gerard. Anthony John Gordon. Shonith Reddy Maramganti. Becky Mlotshwara. Janet Amani. Adishina Festus Omopariola. Kelvin Osaibovo. Kayukama Patel. Vice-Chancellor, that completes the list of graduates for me to present to you today.
Professor Laurie Butler, thank you. Many congratulations to you all. In addition to your success, there are many fellow graduates with whom you studied but who are not attending today's ceremony for a variety of reasons. In their absence, please would you join me in acknowledging their success. We are now nearing the end of the ceremony, but I would first like to ask Maya Stevens, one of our wonderful new graduates, to come to the podium to propose a vote of thanks on behalf of those receiving awards today. Maya.
Vice-Chancellor, honoured guests and fellow graduates, it is my pleasure to be able to offer the vote of thanks today from myself and on behalf of all the students graduating at this ceremony. I would like to take this opportunity to extend our gratitude to the lecturers who have supported, encouraged and inspired all students here today throughout our studies over the years. This has enabled us to achieve our maximum potential both through our academics and in our personal development. Their continuous hard work and effort over the years to provide us with the knowledge and advice, whether taken or not, has created the foundations needed from which we continue to develop in our professional careers. But a special thank you for their continued dedication and effort during the COVID-19 pandemic, which created a number of obstacles that were successfully overcome and allowed us to be able to graduate today. As many students sit here today and reflect on their time spent at Anglia Ruskin University, from the stress, tears and caffeine overload leading up to exams and assignment due dates, to laughter and newly formed friendship. We thank the senior staff and staff members who operated behind the scenes, from the librarians to the IT department, student support services, the Eye Centre and so on, who have continuously provided us with the support during our studies in one way or another, which allowed us to succeed. In order to successfully accomplish any degree in any subject, it takes a great deal of dedication, time, commitment, and patience from students. However, it would not be possible without our support network outside of the university walls. I would further like to extend our gratitude on behalf of all the students to the family members, partners, friends, and colleagues who supported us throughout our studies, although you may often have felt like you were on the receiving end of the stress and high emotions. Like the students here today, graduation has always been the end goal, the final party, which many of you have joined in today to celebrate the achievements and success of the graduates, but also to celebrate your time and patience whilst we completed our studies. As we leave here today as graduates and embark on our professional careers, I ask all graduates to continue to build on your experiences, skills and knowledge where possible. As the world continues to develop, so must we. After all, you are never too old to learn, and every day is a school day, or so I am told. Thank you.
Maya, thank you and very well done. I now call for one final time on the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Roderick Watkins, to address the new graduates.
So now, please, will all those who have been presented to me here on this stage this evening, will you please stand? You are an exceedingly popular bunch of graduands, I have to say. You win the score so far for the loudest applause. As Vice-Chancellor of Anglia Ruskin University, I hereby admit you to the degrees, diplomas and awards for which you have been presented to me today. As a member now of the community of scholars, take all that you have learned into society and uphold the values of freedom of thought and scholarship. Our warmest congratulations to you all.
Honoured guests, that brings us to the end of our ceremony, and I hereby declare proceedings closed. Can I now please ask you all to stand for the academic procession?